just directed American Sniper to over $543 million on the worldwide box office. 85-year-old director Clint Eastwood has just signed on to direct another biopic. Eastwood will direct the story of Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberg, the American hero who in 2009 successfully landed US Airways Flight 1549 in the Hudson River, an event that famously became known, as the Miracle on the Hudson. Schnepp, do you buy or sell Clint Eastwood directing the Captain Sully movie?
I totally buy it. And I was also in New York when that happened. I was directing Venture Brothers in 2009, January. I remember right when it happened, people were freaking out. Everyone stopped work. We were watching it live. It was really exciting. And Clint Eastwood's a great director. So I am excited that he's going to do another biopic. Rock on, Clint Eastwood, do it. So yeah, I buy it.
I'm going to sell it. But no, my sell can be easily turned in the future, but here's why I'm selling it. Clint Eastwood is a great director, and so that's great. But it was an event that took place over the span of 10 minutes, and we're going to make a whole movie out of that? Like, I don't know anything else about this Captain Sully's life. I just don't know off the top of my head, how do you make an hour and a half to a 2.5 hour movie out of this incident that took 5 to 10 minutes to happen? I just don't know. Now, that's from a position of ignorance, though, because for all I know, Captain Sully, like, maybe there's 1,000 really interesting things that happened to him the morning that happened, or what led him to that point, or all that kind of stuff. Or maybe it's going to be the story about, maybe the movie starts with the Miracle on the Hudson, and then the things, maybe his life became a circus after that and how he navigated that. There could be some really interesting stuff there. I'm just not aware of it. So until I know more, for now, I'm going to give it a sell. Eric.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm renting it. Because we know the payoff. We know that it's this extraordinary kind of landing in the Hudson. I'm from New York. I remember this distinctly. This was huge. Everybody was talking about it. So, and that kind of moment, I think, could look really cinematic. Clint Eastwood is a smart one to do because, he just directed the American Hero movie to end all American Hero movies. So, of course, you want to kind of bring him to tell the story of another American hero. But as John said, what else do we know about Sully? What else is in his story? Did his entire life build up to this moment? And is that all cinematic and then it kind of pay off? Or do they start here and go and see what happened afterwards? So yeah, I think a lot of it depends on what happened around his life that led up or happened after.
I would throw this in as devil's advocate. It wasn't just 10 minutes. Imagine how much they had to think about landing a ship in the water.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't land it regularly. Imagine they knew they had to try it. So there's all those decisions. Like that's a life or death decision to try to land a giant plane in the water.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, it's like, and to have to make that decision and know that everyone on the plane is thinking they're going to die. I think it's and that it's not a United 93. It's a happy ending. So yeah. I think it's a cool ending.
And it'll be interesting to see Eastwood kind of come into sort of close quarters, intimate filmmaking like that, where he kind of does these big kind of war movies. I want to see how he comes inside and makes that cinematic and makes those decisions of some guys in a cockpit decide, like, how cinematic is that? Those are crazy life and death decisions. How do you make that cinematic where you're on the edge of your seat, already knowing what the outcome is?
Yeah,
I'm interested.
And
is
it just
similar
me?
to Captain Phillips?
Is it just me, or does it kind of look like Clint Eastwood could play Captain Sully?
I really thought that.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, who's going to play him? Tom Hanks?
Yeah. Well, hey, don't like
Clint Eastwood as Captain Sully. Yeah.
I'm going to land this plane.